Hello you, and thanks for joining me today where we make this popular style of Halloween nails pop with a twist of fancy, classy, and no, they are not for me this time. So I would consider this set my first order, and I suppose because it is, I'm not a professional nail tech and I dabble in the idea of creating nails for others. But right now, I'm just chilling and creating as an artist outlet, self-care. Either way, this is a set for my mama to party on Halloween, and it's a huge deal. It's a miracle she is here to celebrate this year, and she will be passing out candy. So about a week ago, on my typical overnight stay, I showed her some designs from a nail artist I admire, Nat Danelle. I'm sure you are all familiar with her work here on YouTube, and my mom liked two particular designs. And I told her, well, why not go cray and live a little? Let me create you a set. And she said, okay. And I'm here hanging out with you, making this set that we talked about. So I took that inspo and combined the two styles of the two sets and gave them a royal flair for this queen's fingers. And I chose the color scheme of red, gold, and a hint of orange. The designs I'm doing are everywhere, but I wanted to make them my own. And one of the things I want you to take away from this set is that you can totally be inspired by others' artwork and put your own spin on it that suits you or your patron. Just remember to give credit where credit is due. Now what you've seen me do so far is prep the nails and put on, our base colors. And now I'm just finishing up the smile lines. They don't have, even though they look good, they don't have to be perfect because they're going to be covered up in a second. Now that that's complete, it's time to get this cat eye popping. I find cat eye gels very intimidating, believe it or not, and that's why I pick it up more and more to face that challenge. Even though life can be lifing and I'm all out of energy for more challenges, one thing that stresses me out is not learning and growing. I cannot stay stagnant, so I practice by doing, as you see here, watch videos and then repeat. And that's how I just learned this little trick of putting the magnet under the nail like you saw me do a little bit ago. If you just learned that little trick, smash the like button and keep that sharing is caring vibe a happy one, y'all, because it's my #1 goal to contribute. Because although I am a baby on YouTube at the moment that this video is being recorded, I really am enjoying myself and love the community. Now we're going to move on to the next step. I'm going to be mixing clear top coat with a blood red jelly color from Born Pretty. When I used the jelly red on its own, it was a little hard to see the shimmer underneath. I wanted to make sure all the details were easy to see. So I wound up using 2 coats of the diluted red, and it was absolutely stunning and perfect. And here's a little check-in of our progress at the moment. Honestly, you could stop here and top coat and they will look absolutely beautiful. So now I'm going to start with the easiest nail. I kind of ease my way into the design, if you will. A few black rhinestones at the smile line, going from largest in the middle and tapering down in size. And what winds up happening at the end, at the very ends of the gem trail, I add tiny gold half domes because I didn't have enough or any black rhinestones that were super tiny, and believe it or not, it wound up elevating the design. So pretty. In nail art, I find you have to kind of think on your feet a whole hell of a lot, and then you surprise yourself because it turns out so well. And speaking on thinking on your feet, this next step is no exception. I have lots of charms, lots of rhinestones, however, I do not have lots of parts, so I had to improvise. And it worked out beautifully. I found the right color gold for the leg of these spiders by digging into a mixed charm kit, and all I had to do was snip them with metal cutters. Next, when it came down to assembling the spider, I realized I did not have enough glue on the nails, so I wound up fighting with the legs. So I wiped off the glue with rubbing alcohol and started over and applied the glue everywhere the spider parts will be. Then the rest of my time was spent assembling without all the hassle. I flash cured to keep it in place and then cured fully in the lamp so everything didn't move around. Next, I decided to work on the nails with the webs. I used Model 1's mat and then buffed it lightly. I don't have to buff the mat to repel the chrome powder I'm putting on later. I do it because I don't want the nail to be too thick. Then applied the Beetle's gel glue to create a straight line of the web and a 20mm liner brush. The thickness of the gel and the long brush makes it easier for me to create straight lines. Then for the curvy web bits, I diluted the glue with top coat so it's easier to use and not so stiff and structured, and flash cured every few strokes. And here's another snapshot of where we're at. I feel like every time I do a snapshot, you can just leave the nails as they are because they're that pretty already. Simple and sleek. Up next is the ghost with flowers on the thumbs. I was very nervous for some reason, and I don't know why, y'all. If you have seen any of my videos, it's obvious I know how to draw, but I think when you're emulating a design, it adds pressure. Combined with giving someone what they expected in the artwork, I don't know, it was messing with my head. If I was doing this for myself, I really wouldn't have cared much and did what I wanted, but because I'm trying to make it look like what someone wants it to look like, I was a little nervous. And actually, on top of that, I wanted to have my own spin on this ghost, so I didn't want to use um, the exact same style of flowers. I didn't want to use the exact same colors. I wanted to change enough that way it had kind of like my signature on it, and plus the style of the person I was making the nails for, with the reds, golds, and orange. I had to make it make sense and make it all mesh together. And at this point in my head, I was like, gosh, well, these ghost nails go with the spiders, go with the web, go with the flowers. Yeah, I was stressing just a little bit. But to draw the ghost itself, as you can see, is really easy. You just put a white blob, you add some streaks of gray, you add a couple of streaks of black, you do some cute little eyes, and you're set. So it's actually October 29th that I am doing this set, and I still had to edit this video for you, which takes a couple of hours, and I needed to head over to mom's home for the night to stay over. Time was collapsing on me, so I decided to use my acrylic pens to complete the rest of the artwork because it's faster for me. I have a video on nail art pens that should pop up here. And these really are time savers. Just like gels or polishes, I do 2 layers of fill-in colors such as this orange, and for the metallic gold, 1 stroke will do you because they are very pigmented. Just give 1 minute to dry in between layers, and do not use matte top coat or glue directly on it or it eats the paint. You have to use clear top coat once it dries. Once I played around with the different colors for the outline, I was super excited the metallic gold worked out, and even better than I imagined. I always see the flowers outlined in black and really didn't want that. Not because it's not pretty, but because of the vibe I was trying to create in these nails. My own stamp on it. Plus, I was trying to make the nails for this particular person that she would enjoy. I wanted cute but luxe without having to go all out with big stones. A classy vibe, if you will. Now I'm adding the top coat to secure the art, then adding red rhinestones in the center of the flowers and one with the black rhinestones in order to tie that nail in with the rest of the set. Next, I'm using Crazy Top to even out the bumpiness of the spider nails. And this also makes sure all the parts are secured and won't snag on clothes. So the trick is to get a good even layer on the nail, as much as you feel is required. Don't freak out with the streaks. Once it's on, make sure there's no dripping off the sides and just give it time to level. I move it around, going away from the cuticle area and the edges. I hold it for about 1 to 2 minutes until I see that it's nice and smooth. Then on the rest of the nails, I gave all except the spiders a clear top coat. Even though the ghosts and flowers are already top coated, I did it again to secure the gemstones and to give it a nice smooth finish because of the rhinestone glue. The last step after that was to file and smooth the tips, and the set is complete. So what do you think? Are these goated or what? I mean, have you seen this color combination for Halloween? I was almost afraid it would look too much like Christmas, but it didn't. The colors went beautifully and gave me exactly what I was looking for. And when I took them to her that evening, she didn't even want to take them out the box because she didn't want to break them. She loved them, and that's all that matters. Please smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. Next up is my birthday nails, and if you want to join me for that, subscribe and get notified. Love ya. Bye.